team have had this track working in nicely for the last couple of weeks, and an absolute beautiful surface to play on tonight. All the key players have congregated in the Waikato to create us more great harness racing memories, and the 2-year-olds will get us underway for the Night of Champions. Green lights up and they're off, and Delaney has made a nice beginning mark. Pertinent up on the outside, coming forward is Offshore as they get down, and that lead time won't show on the board for us, and Offshore, the race favourite, will lead second favourite Delaney. He'll ease and take the trail behind the Tony Hurley, trained down by the Seaside Celt. 2 lengths away in the field then to Ann Penny. And Layton David has taken the position back at the tail end of the field. So the big boy Offshore will work into the home straight. A lap and a quarter left to go over Delaney. And Penny Harrison Orange holding down third. And Tony Cameron with Layton David, the Better's Delight, gelding back at the tail end of the field as they work down to get the bell, and they'll work into their final circuit here for the Kirin, Hyoketsu, Dinny Johnstone 2-year-old, and Offshore. Just wanted to button off there at the winning post. So Layton David will come forward up on the outside. Delaney's enjoying the nice run in the trail, and back of the tail end of the field there was the filly in the field, Ann Penny, as they get out to the final 800 metres. Offshore with the second quarter in 32.3, leads by 3/4 of a length. Up on the outside, second in park, Layton David. Delaney will wait the use of the TFS Horse Transport passing lane, the gelded son of Vincent, at about 400 metres time as they put the 6 behind them. And Ann Penny's to its outside as they get to the end of the back straight. Offshore with Layton David up on the outside as they make the turn off the back and work to the quarter mile. Back on the inside then to Delaney, the back straight quarter there in 28.3. And Ann Penny in the 1-1 as they come to the turn. Offshore put to pressure. Layton David a length and a half away. Delaney homeward bound. Offshore, Layton David, Delaney back on the passing lane. Ann Penny, it's Offshore. Trying hard, Layton David on the outside. Offshore and Layton David, but it's Offshore, the big boy. He's found another gear and he starts to stride away. Offshore and the Iceman for the first. Second over will be Layton David. Photo third. I just suggest Delaney just in front of Ann Penny. And our race favourite, Kyvalley Ray. 2-year-old Colton gelding of the year last season. Looks big and bold for a big display first time out as a 3-year-old. Save a Prayer's got the unruly. Down they come. 2 1/4. Set and ready. And the green light is up. And we're off and trotting. Kyvalley Ray's made a good beginning. Underneath it, Petite Amour. Then came Kairo on the inside of those. Will ease and take a position, and they're followed by the 4 races Tattica. Al Cole's given plenty of time to find her feet. Back second last for the Iceman Tony Hurley, looking for the first 2 on the Night of Champions tonight. And back of the tail is Save a Prayer, Crystal Hackett out to the 1800 they go. Petite Amour and John Dunn. Oh, Kyvalley Ray, the race favourites, galloped in the trail here for Blue Orange. So there's the first sensation of a Night of Champions night. Our favourite in the semi-final for the New Zealand Sires Stakes, Trotters, has galloped, and I would just about say he's out of the contest. He's now tailed off by 15 lengths with a lead-up time here in 43.5. And the big filly, Al Cole, having a go at Petite Amour, but the What the Hill filly will retain the lead here as Al Cole will drop and get the trail, and they're followed by Kairo third. Looking to move forward now with Save a Prayer to the park position, and they're followed by the 4 races, about to ease away from the peaks here for James Stormont. And they're followed by Tattica and Kyvalley Ray. Well, he's rolled into a gallop again. The race favourite will take no further part. 29-1 was the opening quarter. So it is Petite Amour from Al Cole in the trail, and Save a Prayer up on the outside. Tattica's gone for a gallop out the back as well. Kairo 3 back on the inside here. The maiden for Kirsten Green, and to its outside then to the 4 races. 20 lengths away to Tattica, and further back is Kyvalley Ray. IRT New Zealand Sires Stakes 3-year-old semi semi-final mobile trot. And it's Petite Amour. John Dunn wanted the lead and control it from there, and that's what he's done in the second quarter. In 30.7, leads by a length. Save a Prayer's up on the outside. Al Cole had an attack for the lead through the back straight first occasion. She's now got the lead. The leaders back here as they work down to the 600 metres. They're followed then by 4 races in the 1-1 and back on the inside. Kairo as they get to the end of the back straight. Petite Amour leads from Al Cole up on the outside. Save a Prayer. Save a Prayer's rolled into a gallop there. Kairo back on the inside, and then the 4 races, 29 seconds down the back. Petite Amour eases away by a length and a half. Al Cole is giving chase. 2 lengths away then to the 4 races. They get to the top of the home straight here. Petite Amour, the What the Hill filly. Al Cole, the Father Patrick filly, is a length and a half away. Petite Amour in front. Al Cole gets those big legs moving now. Petite Amour, Al Cole is starting to zoom up the passing lane. The TFS Horse Transport passing lane, that is an Al Cole. She remains unbeaten and she smashes the New Zealand record tonight. Second over here will be Petite Amour. They were followed in by the 4 races. Then came Kairo. Further back in the field, Kyvalley Ray got things wrong at the turn into the back straight. Further back in the field to Save a Prayer went for a late gallop, and going for a gallop at about the 1100 metres was Tattica. The 4 races, they get to the top of the home straight here. Petite Amour, the What the Hill filly. Al Cole, the Father Patrick filly, is a length and a half away. Petite Amour in front. Al Cole gets those big legs moving now. Petite Amour, Al Cole is starting to zoom up the passing lane. The TFS Horse Transport passing lane, that is an Al Cole. She remains unbeaten and she's 650. The third line of betting between Miss Brabant along with Big Herb and Midfrew Lando. Round they come, 2,200 metres, in front of a building crowd here at Cambridge for the Night of Champions 2026. Down they come, set and ready, green light. Racing Holmes and Co. Trans-Tasman drivers, Invitational Largo. Mick Konstantin, John Dunn straight to the early lead from Miss Brabant. Coming forward was Big Herb, back on the inside, Ohoka Achilles from Aunty Rose. He'll find 1-1 cover early here for Carter Del Getty. Now Miss Candy Cane's got a nice run through from the second line. Back on the inside, Benson Dude, no early gate speed. 2 lengths away in the field to Dominus, being covered up by Midfrew Lando. Tony Hurley looking for the first 3 on the program. Then came Savannah back third last, Murtle the Turtle second last, and Zachary Butcher better reaction the last. So it is Mick Konstantin in front, leading by a little over a length. Up on the outside, Big Herb and Pete McMullen with the lead-up time in 41.2, enjoying the nice run in the trail. Brad Hewitt here with Miss Brabant and Aunty Rose 1-1. 3 back the inside to Ohoka Achilles with Blair Orange as they make the turn off the back and go to the 1,400 metres. Candy Cane with Mark Purden tracks up the 1-1. Then Benson Dude, Kirsten Green is back and buried 4 back on the pegs. To its outside was Midfrew Lando. Then came Myrtle the Turtle, Anthony Butt snookered against the inside. To its outside, Dominus and Luke McCarthy. And the last pair, the inside, better reaction, Savannah Crystal Hackett. To its outside, 30-2, the opening quarter. Race favourite, the big son of Down by the Seaside, Mick Konstantin, looking to take them all the way. Heads on to the homeward lap, leading a little over a length. Up on the outside to Big Herb. Miss Brabant's enjoying the perfect run in the box seat, and 1-1 Aunty Rose around Ohoka Achilles. There followed by Candy Cane. Back on the inside to Benson Dude. A length away to Midfrew Lando. The speed is good, and the second quarter's been posted in 29.3. Further back in the field then to Myrtle the Turtle. There followed them by Dominus. Better reaction and looking to make ground from the tail now will be Savannah, but a good 15 off the lead. 600 left to go. Mick Konstantin's got them rolling. Big Herb up on the outside. Miss Brabant will wait the use of the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Then Aunty Rose. Midfrew Lando's getting into the race around Candy Cane. Ohoka Achilles, the old boy, all dressed up, nowhere to go. 3 back on the inside. 28-2, the back straight quarter. Further back, better reaction. They come to the turn. Mick Konstantin skips clear by 3. Miss Brabant up on the outside. Big Herb. Midfrew Lando out wider, then to better reaction as they come for home. Mick Konstantin away by 2. Miss Brabant down the outside then. Storming home, better reaction. It's Mick Konstantin on tired legs. Better reactions flying for Zachary Butcher, and the Trans-Tasman drivers. Race goes to Zachary and better reaction. Ohoka Achilles for second. Mick Konstantin third. Then Midfrew Lando. Myrtle the Turtle. Benson Dude back on the inside. Miss Brabant. Big Herb. Aunty Rose back in the field. Candy Cane. Savannah. and Dominus will be the last. Konstantin skips clear by 3. Miss Brabant up on the outside. Big Herb, Midfrew, Lando out wider, then to Better Reaction as they come for home. Mick Konstantin away by 2. Miss Brabant down the outside, then storming home. Better Reaction. It's Mick Konstantin on tired legs. Better Reaction's flying for Zachary Butcher, and the Trans-Tasman drivers. Race goes to Zachary and Better. From Australia and 35 metres behind, we're bouncing beyond Romeo Foxtrot. Johnny Who is the barrier strands release. And they're underway in the Charlie Hunter, and coming away in a wee bit of a bobble there was West Star Millie. Did settle down pretty quickly, however. It Muscle Be Love's come through from the 10 metre mark to be the early lead as they get to the end of the back straight from up on the outside, Son of Patrick. Then Very Majestic, Braveheart Highlander, 2 lengths away to Boss Joe, to its outside, then to One More Moment. Followed by Romeo Foxtrot, to its outside, then to West Star Millie. There's 2 lengths away in the field to Taylad to Use, 3 to 4 lengths Bounce and Beyond, and a similar margin back. Johnny Who is up ahead. Boss Joe's gone for a gallop as they trot through the lane, the first occasion here in the Charlie Hunter Trotters Cup, and the lead, well, going off stride was Son of Patrick there outside the speedsters, so it is in front. Heading out of the home straight at Muscle Be Love and Crystal Hackett. In the trail is Very Majestic, and 3 back Braveheart Highlander. One More Moment, Zachary Butcher 4th on the pegs, and they're followed then by West Star Millie. Romeo Foxtrot, Taylad to Use, Bounce and Beyond. John Dunn looking to bring it forward now. Taylad to Use about to come out in front of him, and they're followed by Johnny Who and Son of Patrick to be the last of the main group. And there's a good 10-15 lengths away, Boss Joe. Through the back they run at Muscle Be Love, looking to remain unbeaten since the stable swap, and goes down to the 1600 metres and lead up time 1:26.5. Very Majestic, Peter Ferguson, lovely run on the trail, and then Braveheart Highlander moving up on the outside to One More Moment. Into the 1-1 goes Romeo Foxtrot for Harrison Orange. Back on the inside then to West Star Millie, that being in the hands tonight of Sailesh Abernathy, followed then by Taylad to Use, Todd McFarlane midfield. Back on the inside, Son of Patrick, then Bounce and Beyond looking to come forward now, out 3 wide as they turn into the home straight, and back of the tail end of the main group here, Johnny Who and Andre Potama. Well out the back is Boss Joe. The opening quarter 30.5, down they come, Judge Bell and 1 to go, and One More Moment like she did 8 days ago. She'll find the top. Can she trot all the way this time, the former Group 1 winner? Zachary's got her in front and leading by a length and a half. From in the trail at Muscle Be Love, Romeo Foxtrot 3rd and Park, then Very Majestic. Braveheart Highlanders come away from the pegs for Jacob Dunn to find the 1-1, then West Star Millie. Taylad to Use further back in the field, then to Son of Patrick. They're followed then by Johnny Who, and Bounce and Beyond is now back at the tail end of the field and a good 9 lengths off the lead. The second quarter and 29.7 in the Charlie Hunter Trot as they get down to the final 600 metres. One More Moment, Romeo Foxtrot back on the inside at Muscle Be Love. They're followed then by Braveheart Highlander. He's doing everything right tonight, about to be drawn out of the 1-1. Here he comes now for Jacob. They're followed then by Very Majestic, got away from the pegs as One More Moment went for a gallop at the 429 and 9 the back straight quarter. Circumnavigating runners is Johnny Who, and up there too is West Star Millie as they come for home. Braveheart Highlanders taken over. It Muscle Be Love back on the inside. West Star Millie down the outside. Johnny Who, 150 left to go. Braveheart Highlander. It Muscle Be Love's diving on the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Braveheart Highlander. It Muscle Be Love's coming strongly. It Muscle Be Love to Braveheart Highlander. They drive for the prize. It Muscle Be Love. Well, it Muscle Be, because it has been 2 starts out of the Wallace Hackett team for 2 wins. Braveheart Highlander goes down a narrow margin. They were followed then by Johnny Who, West Star Millie back on the inside. Very Majestic, Son of Patrick. Romeo Foxtrot back in the field. One More Moment, blowing it with a late gallop again. Taylad to Use, Bounce and Beyond, never really a factor in the race. And Boss Joe for the Charlie Hunter Trotters Cup over the 2,700 metres. Who and up there too is West Star Millie as they come for home. Braveheart Highlanders taken over. It Muscle Be Love back on the inside. West Star Millie down the outside. Johnny Who, 150 left to go. Braveheart Highlander. It Muscle Be Love's diving on the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Braveheart Highlander. It Muscle Be Love's coming strongly. It Muscle Be Love to Braveheart Highlander. They drive for the prize. It Muscle Be Love. Final. We sent a shout out too to Johnny Magnus. Couldn't be with us here tonight, but a great supporter of the Sires Stakes board when it comes to these Sires Stakes races as well, through his Magnus Benro brand Selling to Kiwis for over 8 decades. Magnus Penrose. Through the back they go. Just about there. 1 3/4. Green light is up and they're off. And pacing. Lincoln, Linda and Fly High from wide draws come out well. Smack down Electo from low draws up there. Back on the inside. Ripples. No gate speed there for as they work off the back. What next? And there followed Dolly Parton out wide. A Roper's Girl. Then Queen Lizzie's back on the pegs. Further back in the field to Time for Change. And the last couple on settling down here will be Better Bell. Time for Change just went for a gallop in front of that, and Midnight Betty. So they're about to work into the home straight. They're just on 1,200 metres left to go in the Magnus Penrose Sires Stakes 3-year-old filly semi-final. And Smackdown Peter Ferguson leads. Lincoln, Linda Roper's Girl caught on a limb out 3 wide in the meantime. Ripples enjoying the lovely run in the box seat. Luke McCarthy at the judge with a circuit to go. They're followed then by Fly High, who's one off back on the inside then to as they work on out to the 900 metre mark. What next? On its back, Electo to the outside of those. Dolly Parton, Queen Lizzie's away from the pegs now for Crystal back third last. Midnight Betty, and to its outside Better Bell, and tailed off after the gallop. Time for Change as they pace up into the back straight the second quarter. No, that hasn't fired off any much better than the first. So through the back, Smackdown leads by half a length. Opa's Girl's done a power of work up on the outside. In the meantime, Ripples just waiting the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Fly High gets into it out 3 wide for Harrison Orange around Blair Orange and Lincoln Linda. Back on the inside then to What Next? Electo's got onto the 3 wide train, and Queen Lizzie's about to join them too as they come around to the 300 metres. The back straight quarter was 28.5 seconds. Smackdown for home. Fly High, Electo's out wider. Ripples off the leaders. Back on the inside. What Next? They come for home. Smackdown. Ripples back into NZ and causing plenty of waves up on the outside. And What Next on the passing lane. Smackdown. Ripples on the outside. Ripples and Luke McCarthy, and she starts again in NZ with a big win. Second over Smackdown, What Next, and Fly High, Queen Lizzie. They were followed in then by the next across was Electo. They were followed by Better Bell, couldn't get into the race. Midnight Betty, Opa's Girl did a power of work. Dolly Parton, further back Lincoln Linda. And after an early indiscretion, Time for Change to be the last across, 1:59.56. Smackdown for home. Fly High, Electo's out wider. Ripples off the leaders. Back on the inside. What Next? They come for home. Smackdown. Ripples back into NZ and causing plenty of waves up on the outside. And What Next on the passing lane. Smackdown. Ripples on the outside. Ripples and Luke McCarthy, and she starts again in NZ. Wonderful supporters of the Equine Code through their Dunstan brand. The runner's about to turn, and Leo Lincoln change tack, the unruly King's Watch and the Jolly Roger on the front tape. They turn in now. Starter Danny Blakemore says go. And we're underway. Jollimont just canned away from the 30 metre mark. The others seem to be down pacing okay. Change tack was just caught on the back foot there, and as a consequence will end up in about 5th or 6th as they settle down. King's Watch to the early lead from up on the outside. The Jolly Roger, Leo Lincoln trying to drive under the Jolly Roger to hold the back of King's Watch. 2 lengths away in the field then to Melton Mogul. 3 away Barbarossa, followed by Change Tack, Better Prepare. On the Bay of Plenty Country Cup 8 days ago with Pete McMullen doing the driving as he does again tonight. There followed Captain Sampson. 3 to 4 Little Spike, and there's 8 lengths away in the field to Jollimont as they work through the home straight, their first occasion. King's Watch and the Wizard Todd Mitchell away by 3. From in the trail, Leo Lincoln, and up on the outside, the Jolly Roger obliged to sit parked here for Jacob Dunn. Back on the inside then to Melton Mogul, the CD Raider with Andre Potama, 3 pegs into the 1-1 Better Prepare around Barbarossa. Captain Sampson pacing on the outside of Change Tack. There's 2 lengths away, Little Spike. And still 4 lengths away, Jollimont chasing hard to tag on for the Chief David Butcher. So they pace up into the back and complete their first circuit of the Dunstan Horse Feeds Country Cup. And King's Watch looking to take them all the way. Leads away by 2, Leo Lincoln. The Jolly Roger facing the breeze, and back on the inside, Melton Mogul. Lead up time 1:23.5. Better Prepares 1-1. Barbarossa, Benjamin Butcher 4 pegs, and to its outside, Captain Sansom. and Tony Cameron back on the inside then to change tact in the hands of Crystal Hackett as they pace across the top. Followed then by Little Spike, who's looking to get into the race out 3 wide now for Hurley to get handier than he was here 8 days ago, as the sprint will be pretty good again, and Little Spike's about to zoom around and look for the lead here. 1200 out. Captain Sampson's come out 3 wide, and Jollimont back with him with the opening quarter in 30.7. King's Watch didn't hand the lead there to Little Spike. Back on the inside to Leo Lincoln. Peter Ferguson's enjoyed the nice run. Captain Sampson will look for the chair, but I don't know if it'll be available. They're followed then by the Jolly Roger. Back on the inside to Melton Mogul. Captain Sampson did get outside the leader. Jollimont caught 3 wide, no cover onto its back. Change tack, Barbarossa the inside. Better Prepares had the shuffle up back to the tail end of the field. 28.5 the second quarter. And through the back, it's King's Watch here in the Dunstan Horse Feeds Country Cup. Over Captain Sampson, Leo Lincoln's had the economical run. Will wait the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Jollimont's done a world of work here in the last 1,000 metres out 3 wide around Little Spike. Back on the inside, Melton Mogul as the speed really rips on now. Further back to Barbarossa. That back straight quarter in 28.5. King's Watch goes for home, Leo Lincoln. Captain Sampson, I tell you, Melton Mogul's travelling well enough. Then Barbarossa, Little Spike, Jollimont can't win, homeward bound. King's Watch, Leo Lincoln. Melton Mogul's got through on the inside, then Captain Sampson. King's Watch, Leo Lincoln. Melton Mogul through on the inside. King's Watch in front. Leo Lincoln, Melton Mogul try hard. King's Watch, here's Leo. Leo Lincoln and Fergie too good. Leo Lincoln to beat King's Watch, Melton Mogul. Good breakaway, Captain Sampson. Barbarossa, Little Spike. Back on the inside to Better Prepare. Further back of the field to Change Tack. They were followed the Jolly Roger. Jollimont did too much work. He'll be back at the tail end of the field. Well enough then Barbarossa. Little Spike, Jollimont can't win, homeward bound. King's Watch, Leo Lincoln. Melton Mogul's got through on the inside, then Captain Sampson. King's Watch, Leo Lincoln. Melton Mogul through on the inside. King's Watch in front. Leo Lincoln, Melton Mogul try hard. King's Watch, here's Leo. Leo Lincoln and Fergie too good. Leo Lincoln. Back big time driving in New Zealand, Anthony. He loves performing in front of big crowds. He's done it for many decades. See if we get the favourite home here. Race 7 to open the late quaddie. Garage Sires Stakes 3-year-old Colton Gelding semi-final 1. They're there. Green Light Racing. Nimble Barrier 2 out fast, and Lincoln Wavers coming forward. Cyclone Rebel. Special Occasion back on the inside. Now just eased off the gate there was All-American Player. Signman caught 3 wide to the first corner with Freeze Frame. Critical Image, Son of a Mystery, well back in the field, and Sammy Lincoln will settle back last as they sweep across the top. Oh, Nimble went for a gallop here, so Nimble's gallop, and out in front of Cyclone Rebel in blissful isolation in the early stages, away by 3 to 4. Lincoln Waves got down onto the leaders back here as Nimble's no chance now with them galloping out the back. Freeze Frame's moving up on the outside of Signman. Special Occasion back on the inside, and then came All-American Players, pulled away from the running line to come forward out 3 wide. Back on the inside, Sammy Lincoln. Critical Image and 2 lengths away, Son of a Mystery and Grant Dixon, and well out the back now was Nimble. The Garage Sires Stakes 3-year-old Colton Gelding semi-final number 1, and Cyclone Rebel with the Iceman in front over Freeze Frame, and out wider now 3 wide on these as they get to the 800 metre mark was the race favourite All-American Player. 29 and 2 was that second quarter. Back on the inside, Lincoln Wave, the Magic Man will wait the use of the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Signman beautifully situated 1-1. Back on the inside, Special Occasion. They're followed by Critical Image. Back on the inside to Sammy Lincoln. And last of our winning chances, Son of a Mystery off the back they come. Cyclone Rebel and Freeze Frame back on the inside. Lincoln Wave. Simon's about to get out of the pocket now. 28 and 6 down the back is All-American Player just struggling out 3 wide at stablemate. Son of a Mystery's coming up 4 and 5 wide on the turn. Special Occasions all dressed up, nowhere to go. Top of the home straight. Cyclone Rebel comes for home by 2. Lincoln Wave on the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Cyclone Rebel. Lincoln Wave's coming through. It's the Iceman and the Magic Man dueling in front of a big crowd at Cambridge, and Lincoln Wave, Cyclone Rebel, they hit it. It is very tight. Maybe the 2 legends of the sport have dared heated. We'll wait and see. Lincoln Wave and Cyclone Rebel are working home strongly. Sammy Lincoln, Special Occasion and a photo for third, then Freeze Frame, Sign Man. Further back in the field, All-American player, Critical Image. They were followed by Son of a Mystery, and after an early gallop, Nimble to be the last. Right on the turn, Special Occasions, all dressed up, nowhere to go. Top of the home straight, Cyclone Rebel comes for home by 2. Lincoln Wave on the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Cyclone Rebel, Lincoln Wave's coming through. It's the Iceman and the Magic Man dueling in front of a big crowd at Cambridge, and Lincoln Wave, Cyclone Rebel, they hit it. It is very tight. Slot holders. And we see a special trotter on track here tonight, Keayang Zahara. Can she continue on her winning ways? Let's find out in front of a bumper house here at Cambridge Raceway tonight. Down they come, 2 1/4 the tab trot, 2026 green light. And they are go. Jillaby Ballerini's on the journey fast with Gus, and Keayang Zahara through on the inside. And the early crow will go the way of the race favourite, Keayang Zahara, from Jillaby Ballerini, and back on the inside, Belnege. Gus just going to be restrained. He couldn't get across, meant to be. And you're right, Dale and Oscar Bonavina. So Gus taken back to the tail. The Waikato trotting flying mile winner for Pete McMullen as they get out to the 1800 metres. And Keayang Zahara, she'll lead them up into the back here for Jason Lee, leading by a length and a half. Belnege has got the nice run on the race favourites back, and they are dawdling through the back straight here. Up on the outside, Jillaby Ballerini. This lead-up time is going to be very, very soft for trotters of this company. 43.4 it is. Back on the inside, you're right, Dale is 3 back on the pegs, and the 1-1 is meant to be as they make the turn off the back for Zachary Butcher. They get to the 1400 metre peg. Oscar Bonavina, Mark Purden back second last, and Gus is back at the tail end of the field, is stacking them up as Keayang Zahara. Up on the outside, Jillaby Ballerini and Glenn Craven as they're about to work into the home straight. They put 1,000 metres into the tab trot of 2026 in the opening quarter, 31.8. Belnege, Crystal Hackett enjoying the nice run on. Keayang Zahara's back, and 1-1 meant to be. You're right, Dale. 3 back on the inside here for John Dunn. They've got a circuit left to go. Oscar Bonavina's doing everything right tonight. He's tracking up the 1-1 as they head on to the showgrounds turn, their final occasion. And Gussie still back at the tail end of the field, and a good 8 lengths off Keayang Zahara, who's had a very nice uncontested lead here in the Waikato as they get out to the 800 metres second quarter in 30.9. Keayang Zahara up on the outside to Jillaby Ballerini. Belnege the inside. Here comes Big Gus. Gus is moving up on the outside of Keayang Zahara, and they lock on 600 out. Meant to be's midfield. You're right, Dale on the inside, and Oscar Bonavina race on as they come off the back. Keayang Zahara and Gus as they get around to the final 400 metres. Jillaby Ballerini holds down third. Meant to be got to fourth. The back straight quarter was completed there in 27.1. Keayang Zahara as they come on to the turn. Jason Lee says, let's go, girl. You're in front of a big crowd tonight. Let's see what you got in the Waikato, and she comes away by 4. Jillaby Ballerini and Gus, they try in vain, but the darling of Australasian square gating, she will not let her fans down. Keayang Zahara does it again. Second over, Jillaby Ballerini. Third was Gus, then meant to be Oscar Bonavina. You're right, Dale, and Belnege to be the last. On to the turn, Jason Lee says, let's go, girl. You're in front of a big crowd tonight. Let's see what you got in the Waikato, and she comes away by 4. Jillaby Ballerini and Gus, they try in vain, but the darling of Australasian square gating, she will not let her fans down. Keayang Zahara does it again.
With Aaron White.
Galloper in the score up, the janitor. The janitor's broken in the score up here. Will not settle, does now for Pete McMullen, but will leave missed the start, I'd say, by a good 2-3 lengths as they come on in the $1 million, the race by Sport Nation. 2 1/4 laps, high class pacing action, they're off. Merlin and Captain's Knock show great speed, and from the deep, Kingman's coming across. Who gets the early crow? It's between Merlin and Kingman. Back on the inside, Captain's Knock will use the turn to come through and lead, and they're followed by Akuta's got a lovely run through from the second line. Leap to Fame's out 4 wide, Swayze 3 wide, back on the inside, then to Better Knuckle up. Republican Party further back in the field. Then two, We Walk by Faith, and settling back at the tail end was the Janitor after his shenanigans just before the start as they get through the back straight. Captain's Knock, he's about to hand up the lead here now to Kingman, and that has Leap to Fame out now Park. 39.9 was the lead up time here. There followed then getting into the 1-1 is Merlin, the winner of the race 2 years ago. Republican Party's got his back. Back over on the inside to Better Knuckle Up. Swayze Cam Hart there well back in the field here as they lost the early battle. Back on the inside then too, We Walk by Faith, and the Janitor Pete McMullen whip them in as they work into the home straight. They put 1,000 metres into the $1 million, the race by Sport Nation. And the opening quarter, 29.7. The reigning New Zealand Cup winner Kingman up on the outside. Leap to Fame, Larry. He sits Park, but he loves doing that. Back on the inside, Captain's Knock. Brad Hewitt enjoys the perfect run. Merlin's in the 1-1 for Zachary Butcher, Akuta and Mark Purden. Three back on the inside. Then Republican Party, Carter Delgetty, Better Knuckle Up, and Tony Hurley. Swayze well back in the field here. They're followed by We Walk by Faith, Blair Orange, and back last, but looking to take off now the Janitor. 29.2 the second quarter. Through the back, and it is Kingman in the harness link jacket. Leads by half a length. Leap to Fame. Back on the inside to Captain's Knock. Will wait the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Merlin's 1-1 coming forward. Republican Party 3 wide. Akuta the inside. The Janitor further back as We Walk by Faith. Better Knuckle Up, and Swayze's last. They run the back straight quarter. 27.5. Larry goes to the lead. Leap to Fame puts a length into Kingman. Round the outside, Republican Party and Merlin being held up on the inside. Captain's Knock. He goes for home. Leap to Fame. He's in blissful isolation by 5. Republican Party, Merlin back on the inside. Captain's Knock. Stand up, ladies and gentlemen. Applaud the perfect pacer down to the line. And Larry, you've done it again. Leap to Fame, what a win. Second over was Akuta. What a run by Swayze as he got up for third. He was last coming off the back. Captain's Knock. We Walk by Faith. Further back in the field, the Janitor. Back in the field then to Republican Party. They were followed Merlin. Kingman, he was back. And Better Knuckle Up. Into Kingman, round the outside, Republican Party and Merlin being held up on the inside. Captain's Knock, he goes for home. Leap to Fame, he's in blissful isolation by 5. Republican Party, Merlin back on the inside. Captain's Knock. Stand up, ladies and gentlemen. Applaud the perfect pacer down to the line. And Larry, you've done it again.
I'm sure that one will burn in your memory forever.
It certainly will, Matt. Don't know how I'm going to sleep tonight, but luckily I've got a good drive home, and we'll see how we get on. But it's every commentator's dream to call horses like these. Down they come. Set and ready for the last 2 1/4 laps, 2,200 metres. The Brilla, Prosecco, Sapphire Stakes are go. Tate out well. Francense going to be used off the arm. Spiritual Bliss is up there. Soul Artist will end up 3 back on the inside as Francense and Crystal Hackett looking for the lead. Couldn't quite get it off Tate. At first 250 will continue to press on. Then Dream On Lou on the inside of Princess Gracie, 2 lengths away in the field. Then to a Lady of the Light, and the 2 at the tail, My Surfer Girl. And back with her was Ultimate Collect as they work through the back. Francense, the last favourite of the Unite, goes to the lead. Moving forward is Spiritual Bliss as they get down to the 1,600 metres. The lead up time in 40.1. Enjoying the nice run on the inside. Tate now. Soul Artist has come away from the inside to find 1-1 smother here for the Chief David Butcher. Dream On Lou back on the inside as a marker peg goes flying to its outside. Princess Gracie and Zachary Butcher 5 lengths away in the field. Then to a Lady of the Light. A further 5 My Surfer Girl, and on its back Ultimate Collect with Mark Purden as they work into the home straight. They are 1,200 metres out the Brilla, Prosecco, Sapphire Stakes, and the opening quarter, 28 seconds. Francense got them running the Vincent Mare. Up on the outside, Spiritual Bliss for Harrison Orange, a circuit left to go for the 2026 Night of Champions. Back on the inside, Tate. Matthew White enjoying the lovely smother in the box seat, and 1-1 to Soul Artist. Dream On Lou, Andre Potama with the Palmerston North Pacer, 3 back on the inside of Princess Gracie. Back on the inside, My Surfer Girl, Tony Hurley, looking for 3 winners on the program tonight. Also the book walk in, back and buried on the inside. 30.7 was that second quarter. He just eased away from the pegs there with My Surfer Girl, pushing out 3 wide. Lady of the Layton, back of the tail then to Ultimate Collect. 600 left to go in the Sapphire Stakes. And our leader, Transcend on the outside here. Spiritual Bliss is putting it to her. Tate travels beautifully the inside, waiting the TFS Horse Transport passing lane. Dream On Lose about to get out to try and cause an upset further back in the field. There now as they come for home was Princess Gracie, 29 and 6 the quarter down the back. Transcend asks for full bore, leads away by a length and a half. Tate through on the inside now is Princess Gracie, and down the outside Dream On Lou. Transcend coming strongly. Tate there follow Princess Gracie. Transcend though the last favourite on the Night of Champions for 2026. Crystal Hackett bags a double, and Transcend too good. Tate second, Princess Gracie third, then Dream On Lou. They were followed in by My Surfer Girl. Further back in the field, Spiritual Bliss, and they were followed by Ultimate Collect. Back in the field, Lady of the Light and Soul Artist to be the last. Sent asks for full bore, leads away by a length and a half. Tate through on the inside now is Princess Gracie, and down the outside Dream On Lou. Transcend coming strongly. Tate there follow Princess Gracie. Transcend though the last favourite on the Night of Champions for 2026. Crystal Hackett bags a double, and Transcend too.